we create and implement internally alt systems factory, for example, and now we have a team developing solutions with this technology. If we have a functionality, this functionality is a app. If we have a new product, for example, it's a app. Okay, so it's a different context and conceptual. We change everything. We changed the way we work. We changed the way to go to the market. We changed everything. Actually, the banks nowadays are a technology. I think technology it's important in this journey. Okay, but it's not the key. The key it's knowledge. Okay.
Welcome to Africa Tech Talks. Our guest today is Sergio Lopes, and he serves as a director of BFA. He has over 20 years of experience, and he has driven revenue by building and maintaining client relationships across various market sectors. As a leader, he believes in delegation, responsibility, and ownership as fundamental principles. The policies he implements encourages knowledge sharing amongst team members. He's a dynamic and creative manager with a proven track record of penetrating new markets to ensure sustainable growth. His vision is ambitious, and he believes in embracing disruption to achieve success in his endeavors. He's a friend of the podcast. Thank you very much for coming, Sergio. Without further delays, we would like to know how has it been your challenges in coming to Angola. You worked in Portugal, and then you came to Angola at a certain moment of your life. How was that journey, and what made you come to Angola in your career?
First of all, I want to say thank you for the invitation to participate in this journey, in this experience. For me, it's the first time, so I want to say thanks. About my journey, well, first of all, I begin my experience, my professional experience in Portugal in 2001 in a little one software company in Braga, Soft Lab. We develop solutions for management to support companies. After I work in Quindu. Quindu is the biggest Portuguese company in Germany in develop and produce components for automotive industry and aeroplanes. After I will work in Primavera in a software factory company, the biggest company in Portuguese in this industry. Actually now is one of the most biggest companies in the world in the software solutions for management. Exactly. After that, and about 5 years working in Primavera as a tech lead. My father lives in Angola in 73, 74. And because of that, I have the curiosity to come to Angola, to know a little bit more about Angola. And in 2009, I will decide come to Angola, work in Angola. And one day, I go to the human resources department, and I have a talk with the human resources director, and I told to her, Ligia, I want to go to Angola. 5 minutes later, the CEO, Jorge Batista, called me to talk with me and understand why. He was concerned with my position, because I said if I don't go with Primavera, I go with other company. Okay, I explained to him my
Your position, your
position,
motivations.
my motivations, and he understand. And 1 month later, I come to Angola to know the
What
country.
year? What year was this? Sorry, Sergio, to interrupt. What year
In
was this?
2010, in January 2010. Okay,
Okay.
I arrived in Angola. I don't know nothing about the country, about the Primavera in Angola. Well, for me, is a new context, a new reality. But my first year here is amazing. I'm the director for consultancy and projects area, and we grow up more than 100% in the first year. Okay, and the headcount of my team grows. I don't know, but
Exponentially.
200%, if I'm not wrong. At the beginning, we have 4 or 5 people in the team. In the 1 year later, we have 20 people, if I'm not wrong. Okay. After that, the Primavera gave me another challenge to lead the operation in Angola. Okay, I lead the operation for 6 years, and we have a lot of success.
Mhm.
In the 3 years at when we begin this new journey, well, everything is amazing. The results, the team, the well, it's a different experience for me. I like a lot. I like a lot. After that, in 2017, I decide go ahead with my project. The first Angolan company in the digital transformation industry. Okay, this project, unfortunately for me, don't have success. And after that, I go to BFA. And from 2018 until now,
Forward
I
till
work in
now.
BFA. It's amazing experience with excellent results, in my opinion, in the technology area. Okay.
You faced a big challenge, and in that transition, I know the bank quite well, as you know, and from the inside, and whenever I knew that you were there, I was like, oh, Sergio, he has a huge challenge. And afterwards, we met, like, I think it was 6 months or 7 months ago, and I was amazed with what you did, and that comes with the second question. Can you walk us through the main challenges that you faced whenever you entered the bank? I know that you guys had a lot of challenges in the infrastructure area, mainly in that at that moment. Can you walk us through those challenges until what you are doing now, so that we can understand a little bit of what you have done recently?
Yes, yes. But
Thank you.
first, I want to say, actually, work in BFA or in the financial sector for me, if I analyze my career, it's not possible for me. Okay, because I like a lot technology companies. Okay, so
Hmm.
work in the financial sector, well, it's a experience for me, a different experience, because
Different
I
animal.
prefer work in technology industry. But when I arrived to BFA, and I have the
You
opportunity
sorry, sorry, Sergio. You preferred working, or you prefer now? Now, what you would you
no,
prefer?
now I prefer work in financial sector. Okay, because we have the opportunity to combine technology and knowledge
With
and business knowledge. Okay, it's different. We aggregate more value. Okay, Okay, because of that, I prefer work in a customer view. Okay, if I can tell this way about my journey in BFA and about the challenges. Well, at the beginning, we have, in my opinion, two biggest challenges. First, people. People don't have the digital skills or technology skills, in my opinion. Okay,
Mhm.
and because of that, the challenge is huge because we need prepare firstly the team. And the second one is the infrastructure. Okay, and we work in the 3 years, in first 3 years, basically in the technology infrastructure. We made a refresh, and only after that we have conditions to uh, make a strategy to go ahead with a digital transformation in the bank. Okay, now it's the time, in my opinion, to go ahead with a digital transformation. We have a lot of projects to do to create digital products, to create a digital culture in the organization, in my opinion. Okay, but the first 3 years, basically, we work only in the infrastructure.
Yeah. First of all, you had to create the basics so that you could
Yeah,
prepare the team. You had to prepare the team for what was going to come forward, and also you had to create the infrastructure because, as far as I understand, there's 179 agencies already or more. There's a You're present in every province.
192, 192 with we are in all provinces. Yes.
Yeah, it's quite a challenge because you not only have Luanda, but you have other provinces which are very remote, and other agencies that are very remote, and managing the network and managing the systems in all those provinces. It must have been a huge challenge. I remember the guys from the IT at BFA. They were always running and with their hearts in their hands, so I can imagine how you felt when you had that challenge. And what was in that particular area of infrastructure? What was the biggest challenge that you faced? What was the thing that you said, okay, this I need to tackle and this I need to overcome? And what did you did? What did you do? How was the decision process?
Well, I think the biggest challenge we have is it's the communications. Okay, we have a lot of challenges in this area. In
Hmm.
some cases, for example, if we want to implement or develop two different providers, for example, it's not possible. Okay, or two different technologies. We don't have
You
this
don't have
this.
to the redundancy.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, is the biggest challenge we have when we go to other provinces. Okay. About the decision, well, it's easy because, in my opinion, we need have two or more redundancies, and when we have this knowledge, it's easy make the strategy and define the journey. Okay.
Very well. And so after deciding and after taking those decisions on the infrastructure, we talked about this. You also decided on working with data center providers. So you needed to restructure the infrastructure, but then you needed to create the data center so that afterwards you could create all the digital factories and all the digital transformation that you're going through. Can you walk us
Mhm.
through that process as well?
Yes. Well, we began this journey with one data center only in a niche. But this data center have some needs. We need to upgrade everything. Machines, the communications infrastructure, the cybersecurity and resilience infrastructure. Well, and this is the first decision, make an upgrade in a niche. After that, we need to create a disaster recovery scenario. So we go ahead with implementation in a second data center in Paratos. In this case, we begin everything for the zero, okay? But now we have these two data centers with disaster recovery infrastructure working, and it's a good project, and I'm so happy because of that, and my team have make a great job, okay? But it's not only that, because we need to create disaster recovery scenarios and cybersecurity policies and infrastructure. Okay, and we make a interesting journey, in my opinion, in this area also. We implement policies in the last 3-4 years. We implement solutions to create levels of security interesting. And now we have a new project to create a SOC. Okay.
I will leave the cybersecurity to Ivo later on.
Yeah.
I would like
You
to
talk, you
understand
talk,
from.
you talk, you talk, you talk also about digital factory and
Mhm, mhm.
development software. For example, we create and implement internally OutSystems factory, for example, and now we have a team developing solutions with this technology. We have also a .NET Core factory, and we develop also solutions to complement the core banking system with internal teams. Okay, I think if we aren't the unique case in Angola, we have the biggest team developing solutions in Angola in the bank sector. Okay.
I hope I'm not revealing any secret, but our previous talk when we were when our previous talk we were talking about banking as a service, and we were talking about your vision for the industry that would incorporate a big challenge here, which is basically acknowledging that in Angola there is the legacy software that banking has, and which is from common knowledge we all know, and I'm sure that this is something that happens all around the world. This is not just an Angolan case. I believe that there's only one bank that has a different core, different from BFA.
Two banks.
Two banks, okay, but
Yes,
yes,
one
okay, it's
have Timinos and the other Finastra. Okay.
so in 20 something banks, 25, 26 banks, we have two that have a different bank core. So um, it's always a challenge, and to take this to another level. You're creating this, and you're implementing a development team. I saw the places, and I saw the app that you're creating, or that you created already, and you're perfecting
Mhm.
without systems, which is something that actually is something that also is newity in Angola, as you said before.
In,
How
the,
do you
in, the,
see
in this industry,
in
okay,
this
in
industry?
this
Yes,
industry, because
I'm sure
yes,
the
we
oil
have other
industry,
industries. Yes, yes, and
oil tech.
communications.
Yeah, the communication. Yeah, I believe that Unitel also had OutSystems factory inside. I think so. Yeah, but uh, um, looking at that and knowing that you have a legacy system and knowing that you have these kind of challenges, um, what was the main challenge that you faced, and what do you think that is the vision for the future in the Angolan banking and for BFA, of course, for you?
Mhm. Now, I don't talk in BFA scenario. Okay,
Okay.
I prefer to talk about the generality. Okay,
Okay.
I think the industry have a have a huge challenge in this matter because actually this car system it's obsolete. It's technology. We need upgrade
Yes.
this technology.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think first of all we need evaluate other solutions and the total cost of this change because it's not easy change 27 or 13 years of legacy to a new solution. Okay, this is
Yes.
the first point. The second point, it's the people. We work 13 years with a solution and now we change. It's not easy change this kind of solutions.
In in
Okay,
fact, in
in
fact, we had
in my
the is the change. We had the
yeah,
program 10 years ago. It's change, so that they could change from legacy to a shell of that same program, and it was a big enrollment of the company.
yeah. And in this case, we have a solution. If we analyze this technology and the solution, the core system solutions in the industry, we have three different generations. The first generation is what we have now. Okay. The second is two or three banks have, and we have the third generation. And the third generation, we have a different concept. We have solutions where we have apps. If we have a functionality, this functionality is a app. If we have a new product, for example, it's a app. Okay, so it's a different context and conceptual. We change everything. We changed the way to we work. We changed the way to go to the market. We change everything, and we need to understand the journey we want. Firstly, if we go to a second generation core system, well, it's easy. It's more easy, but probably we don't go to state of the art. Okay. And if you go to a third generation core system solution, the challenge is huge. But in my opinion, we are prepared to grow up, to think different, to think in other markets, in other products. The time to market is ready,
It's
is quickly.
reduced.
We 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 probably we have conditions to implement different functionalities or products every day. Okay, so
Hmm.
we need consider these aspects, and only after that we have conditions to decide what journey we want to run, in my
To
opinion. Okay, for a technology or in a technology perspective, well, I prefer third generation. Okay.
yeah, of course, you're a technology man. We are
Yeah,
also technology
but
men, but
but we have we need to consider, for example, the maturity of the market and the
Exactly.
people. Okay,
Exactly.
what
Mhm.
skills we have in technology, in the digital, what infrastructures we have, for example. Well, it's not a easy decision, but we need to
Yeah.
evaluate
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah. We've been
It's
talking
like
with a lot of. Sorry. Go.
no, I was just thinking about the. I mean, nowadays banks are very technological or technology driven, right? So some banks in the world almost compete
Actually,
head to head or toe
actually,
to toe with
actually, the bank, actually, the banks nowadays are a technology.
our tech. It's almost like a technology first company, right? That happens to lend and borrow money. But for instance, back in the I don't know in 2015, Goldman Sachs and the CEO of Goldman Sachs stated that from its 33,000 full-time employees, 9,000 more than 9,000 were engineers and programmers. So
Mhm.
in this bank, so almost one third of the ad count were technology guys, so software
Yeah.
programmers, engineers. It's crazy. So technology is was and is eating up the world, and the financial institutions are in order to survive nowadays, they must be tech first enabled, right? It makes complete sense what you're saying. So the investments in the banking sector or the financial services sector in technology are a priority. I mean, there's no other way.
Yeah.
I see.
Yes. In BFA, it's not different. Okay. Better in Angola, in the industry, it's not different. I think nowadays this industry have the biggest budgets in technology. I think we invest more than oil and gas in technology nowadays.
Yeah. Sergio, considering what you're referring about this huge technology drive, how do you see the financial sector in Angola evolving to a more inclusive system? Is
Mhm.
it the technology, this third generation that has to create the conditions for that integration, let's say, or
Mhm.
is it still some financial literacy gap that has to be overcome and that will probably take a couple of years? How do you see? What is your vision for the financial sector in Angola to move into a more inclusive system?
Mhm. Well, I think technology it's important in this journey. Okay, but it's not the key. The key it's knowledge. Okay, and knowledge it's not only in financial, in technology also. I think
Okay.
if we want to make different, if we effectively have a journey to create conditions to go ahead to integrate the people in the financial sector, in my opinion, we need to develop more academies. Academies where we create conditions to prepare people in technology, in financial sector, and in other areas. Okay. Otherwise, we invest a lot in technology, in infrastructure, but at the end, the people is the key, is the main point, and we need to create conditions to develop more knowledge in the people. We need people with more skills in financial, in technology, in economy, in management. everything. Okay, I think it's the point.
Yeah. Even including the unbanked or the underbanked people that don't have yet access to the financial system as it is.
Yes, but
How do
for
you see that
example,
bring more and
has
more of that?
strategies. Mhm. Well, we have now strategies to stay near the people. Okay,
Right.
BNA about 6 months, if I'm not wrong, create rules to go ahead with a new approaches to include people in financial sector. Okay, with agents. Okay, and the industry, in my opinion, achieved great goals in this matter in the last 3-4 months. We have some banks in Angola with more than 100 agents now. Okay, but it's not sufficient. We need knowledge. If we effectively can aggregate value, it's with knowledge. Knowledge in financial, in technology, everything. Otherwise, the people don't stay comfortable with the system. The
Yeah.
first question is:
You
I put my money in a organization if I don't know nothing about this organization.
yeah.
I'm not confident. Okay, it's the key.
Mhm.
The key is knowledge.
Yeah, so you mean starting, let's say, at the school, having more and more education, more and more education on financial system and financial management
Yeah.
of resources and so
Yes,
on. Yeah, is that
schools
okay?
and quality in these schools. I think
Yeah,
I think
Mhm.
we have some developments in schools. We have now a lot of schools in the country. Okay,
Mhm.
but we have quality in these schools. We have maturity in these schools. I think it's the key. It's the knowledge in everything. For
yeah,
example, technology industry. What we have now in the country, we have software factories. What solutions we develop actually in the country? I think this
Hmm.
this
yeah,
challenge. It's
Mhm.
more than financial inclusion, in my opinion. Okay.
Okay. So,
So you,
yeah,
Sergio,
good.
what you are saying is the academic or the academia must be more close to what the industry or the private sector or the economy is requiring from the technical people, right? Because of course the academia is excellent to educate the students on concepts of
mm,
programming technology, but sometimes what I my understanding is that there's a gap between what the market is requiring in terms of technology,
Yeah.
programming languages, development frameworks, and what is taught in the academic world, right? So you get people
Yeah.
coming out of those institutions, and those skills, of course, they are transferable, but the technologies that the industry demands or are not the same ones that are taught in the academic institutions. I I think of the example, for instance, I think this happens still to this day in Germany, for instance. One of the biggest European software companies, if not the biggest, if it's not the first, it's the second one, which is SAP. They have protocols with universities and other educational institutions, and some of the students in the last years they learn how to work with SAP, because in the real world, when they go to the institutions, that's the software that they will use. That's the software that the company will ask to change and make more developments on top. So was that it in that kind of sense, to close the gap between what is the reality that the business world requires and what the economic world actually is currently producing?
Yes, I think this is one approach we need implement. Okay, but it is possible make more. You talk about the SAP and about agreements they have with academics and other schools. Okay, in some cases, SAP, for example, develop new products in the academic world, and after that, they include these products or functionalities in the product, and this product go to the market. It's not only a work academic work; it's more than that. Okay, and I think it is important have this kind of approaches. For example, in 2008, I worked with Primavera and with University of Uminho, and we developed a solution, a project management solution, with a finality. This journey begin with research and development work, but 1 year later, we present this product to the market. Okay, and our goals are sell the product. Unfortunately, 1 year later, we don't go ahead with this project. Okay, but now Primavera have a solution in this area, and the journey begins in 2008 in academics world. Okay, I think these kind of approaches are very important
Is
and
important.
interesting. Yes, it's very important. Okay, and other you talk about the reality. The well, if I study a language, for example, a development language, but we need evaluate if that language is used in the industry.
Mhm.
Otherwise, why I share knowledge with this language to the students community? If I don't have any company in the market use this technology, for example,
Hmm.
okay, it's important
True, true.
align the academic world with companies world. Okay, well, we have a lot of
True, true.
challenges in
There's still
Angola.
there's still a huge gap. There's still a huge gap between the academy and schools and companies. In this case, and we talked about it previously as well in our preparation for this talk.
Yeah.
Um,
But Andre, I have an opinion.
sure.
If we analyze the financial industry, in my opinion, is one of the industries we have more maturity. Okay,
In terms
but
of
because
technology and processes and even
everything
education.
processes, technology, products. If we compare with other markets, it's not so different.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
So
Yeah, we
when
It's
agree.
true.
it's true, when we talk about inclusion, about financial inclusion, in my opinion, the challenge, it's not only in the industry, it's more than that. Okay.
It's the economy. We need to grow the economy.
The economy, the knowledge, everything. Okay.
A lot of factors.
Yeah.
So this
Okay.
this will lead us to the next. This will lead us to the next topic, Sergio. And if you allow me, I will make
Mm-hmm.
an introduction. So before posing or
Mm-hmm.
asking you the question that I want to ask you, I'm just going to share something here with all of us. Let's. This is the first time we are doing this, so uh, probably something will not go as according to plan. But let's see. I
It's
just
going.
wanna share. Yeah, I'm gonna try to squeeze this into less than 30 seconds, less than 1 minute. Okay, so um, and as as you stated before, the banking industry, the financial sector industry is one of the most advanced, or one of the industries that invests more in technology. And for that reason, once you get more digital, as a country, as a corporation, as whatever, you increase your surface of the probability of getting a cyber incident, for instance. More technology, more exposure, you know. So last year, Deloitte, along with the Jeune Afrique Media Group, they published their second edition of the African Financial Industry Barometer. Okay, this was published in mid 2023. And I just read the report, and I just copied or cut and paste all the areas that they talked about cybersecurity. So in the innovation area, so they made a questionnaire or a survey to hundreds of senior professionals in the industry, banking sector, insurance companies, microcredit companies, uh, fintech companies, from CEOs to tech leads, whatever. And they asked them a lot of questions. And one of the questions here was, what is your priority level for the following digital investments? And if we go here at the bottom, cybersecurity is a high priority investment area, as long as, software and application development, as you were saying, right? It's a high priority and medium priority for the financial sector. If we go how the sector perceives the threat level of the following risks, we have risks nowadays like climate risk, civil unrest, wars, macroeconomic conditions. Again, cybercrime and regulatory constraints on cybersecurity. 59% of the people that were questioned say it's a high. They perceive the threat level as high. Okay, so almost 60%. Okay, if we go to the next question that they asked, if we go to, would you be willing to short medium term to establish the following technical partnerships with your competitors in the financial industry? If we go here to sharing of cybersecurity threats or incidents via a shared cyber intelligence center, they would say that 22%, yes, we already have it and it's operational. 31% say no, but it's planned in the short medium term. And the rest of the 47% said no and not plan in the short term. But I mean, 50% of the sector is planning to set up, their own uh, teams or systems in order to share information about cybersecurity incidents. Okay, I think we talked about this before, and you had this idea that the financial sector should be promoting this, because if I raise awareness to my counterparts that the whole system is more secure, it's not just a matter of my organization is attacked and I don't care about the others. It's the opposite. So collaboration increases resilience in this case. Uh, Another question was, what was the level of exposure before taking into account account mitigating factors you have put into place to the following risks? Once again, we have operational risks, financial risks, and the cyber risks. Okay, we have very high. Okay, for 43% would rate the level of exposure of cyber risks high, or I would say more than 50% would say high to very high. And just finalizing, uh, the majority of standards in the terms of regulations, 50% of respondents say that cybersecurity and information systems um, have seen, more improvements in the regulation sector, standards, and so on, the adoption. And that's true. I think some minutes ago, Sergio, you mentioned that the financial sector is one of the most mature sectors in terms, at least in Angola, in terms of and driving the agenda of technological innovation. I mean, I think we had a even the central bank is experimenting or asking potential companies to it's subtech, blockchain. So no, not many sectors here in Angola are playing, so to speak, with those technologies right now. Even artificial intelligence, machine learning, um,
They created
and
a
that brings me
sandbox.
to
Yeah.
They
and the
created a
sandbox.
sandbox, which is a portal inside the bank. So
Yeah, so
it's
you
important.
can, enable others to build safely their solutions before bringing them to market, especially for the fintechs and so on. And my question here is this was a study made on, so compiled with information from 2022. It was published in 2023. Do you think this is the same? The financial sector, and you are a key player in the sector, of course. They look at the cyber risks and the cyber themes as the same interests and preoccupation. What is your take on that? How you are seeing? Because as far as I know, the banking sector is one of the few sectors currently in the country that has a supervisor that mandates that commercial banks have in place a security program, and they will uh, you know go after it and see if you are doing the things that you should be doing. Not many other sectors have a supervising body that mandate that from you. What is your take on this? How do you seeing the cybersecurity evolving, the boards of the companies or the banks? uh, how do you see this?
Well, I don't talk a lot about this subject because, in my opinion, if we talk a lot about this subject, probably we stay in the center of
In
this
it,
matter. Okay, for me, it's so hard,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
obviously, it's the top of priorities in the sector. Okay, I have an opinion. I think we aggregate more value if we work together, if we collaborate. Okay, we have a supervisor. This supervisor have legislation around this topic. The industry implement this legislation, but for me, it's not enough. We need to make more. And this strategy, in my opinion, needs to consider an approach where the industry collaborate together. Otherwise, we develop a lot of projects, we invest a lot of money, but the results aren't the best, and we are exposed. If one of the banks are attacked, the system
is under
are
attack.
attacked in the totally. Okay, so I think it's important we collaborate and define a strategy to protect the system and not the bank A, B, or C. Okay, in my opinion,
Makes sense. Yeah,
and
makes sense.
it's top of priorities. But if you talk a lot of this subject, in my opinion, it's not good.
Okay, okay. So what you say that should be more collaboration between the institutions, the financial institutions, and
More
they should
collaboration
look at this.
and make projects around the cybersecurity, the technology security, because we are exposed. Okay, we have
Okay,
solutions in the cloud. We have internet. We have people, and the people, well, create risk.
always,
You, you,
always.
Okay.
you're just as safe as the least knowledgeable person you have in your company. And if you're all exposed, so everyone gets that
Yes, yes.
exposure.
But it's not only the company. If one person expose one organization, this person expose everything in the system. Okay, if one bank was attacked, every banks are attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
the
not
reputation
BFA
of the
or
whole system
what, Vitor?
is the reputation of the whole system. In fact, yeah,
It's not only the reputation. Reputation is important, but the when we, for example, if one customer in BFA are attacked, because this customer probably work with other banks. After that, the other banks are attacked also. It's not possible segregate BFA it's not possible. We need to see this matter, in my opinion, uh, with a system and not the institution A, B, or C.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a
It's
team
the
effort and not
financial
a.
system. Yeah. If
Yeah,
we if
sure.
we talk, for example, I think it's important the supervisor promote a journey with every bank, and we talk about this subject and define or create a global strategy to develop projects in the cybersecurity area, in my opinion. Projects in cybersecurity policies. Well, we need to adopt the best practices also, but it's necessary this journey developed by every system. Okay, in my opinion.
Wonderful. Thank you. It's clear now. So it's not just a matter of sharing. No, it's just not just a matter of sharing lessons learned between all the financial institutions. What you're talking about is really working together jointly
Together.
on specific projects to increase the cyber
Yes,
resilience of the financial sector. That's
Mm-hmm.
it, right? It's just that
exactly,
it's like a
exactly.
silo, working like silos. Oh, I'm doing this, or you're doing that, and if something happens, I don't share what is happening, not the good, not the bad. But sometimes we share the good things, right? We don't want to share the bad things. uh,
In
but
this
it's
in
but
this
it's like
case,
that.
we need to share everything, good or bad. We need change, and we need a global strategy. Well, you know, BFA, BI, and other banks have a strategy. We are very committed implementing solutions and policies, but it's not enough. We need to work together because it's a war. It's a global war.
Hmm. I like the word war. It's a war, and because it's true. It's really a war, and it's interesting. You mentioned the word.
Oh no, it's really a
I
war,
think, I
man.
think,
It's a war out
I
there.
think in my opinion, if we select the major topic to create risk in the sector nowadays, it's the cybersecurity, it's the cyber attacks.
Hmm. Hmm. Very
Yeah.
well. I think Victor has a last question for you.
Yeah, Sergio, still touching base what we spoke a while ago about technological development or local develop of local capabilities in terms of software, for instance. You have mentioned the case of BFA that built an internal tech lab, let's say. But I would like also to bring your previous experience in a
Mhm.
leading system in the market. How could we drive a technology cluster in Angola? We know that there is a new startup law on the way, and how can Angola become a technological cluster in the region? For instance, if you were to had something to put in place, what would be your vision and your goals?
Mhm. Well, I think it's important we create a technology ecosystem. Okay, and this ecosystem, it's a main point, and the main point it's the universities and the academic world. Around this
Right.
ecosystem, we create companies like Primavera and others, SAP, Microsoft. We need uh, create conditions to have these companies here, and these companies needs to be committed with the country to create teams here to develop solutions here. Okay, because
Right.
if we analyze, for example, Primavera, they have a team here, a company, but they don't develop anything here. Okay, and I think it's important these companies create in the country software factories. Okay, around these software factories, probably we have people, local people, committed to create new companies, fintechs, startups, and other kind of projects to go ahead with projects where they develop new solutions. Okay, but we need this ecosystem. Otherwise, it's very difficult go ahead with or increase more this industry locally. Okay, we have some companies in technology industry, but in my opinion, these companies work basically in the infrastructure or to sell international solutions. Okay, solutions
Mhm.
developed here. Well, basically, we
Very
don't
few.
have a lot. Okay, we don't
Yeah.
have, for example, ERP developed locally. We don't have other use cases where the companies are here. Okay.
Yeah. Probably one of the issues is that those initiatives they they take long to escalate and to get their own positioning in the market. So that's why it's easier to bring foreign solutions and foreign know-how because it's like a quick win.
Mm-hmm.
And we also want a quick solution in place. So yeah, this is the challenge: how to give time to have the things. But what do you think could be key to start? I don't know, disseminating more, monetizing more, or giving more opportunities for those companies also to have some more, say, financial solidity eventually.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think if we begin with some international companies like Primavera, and if they have a strategy to, for example, adapt the product to the reality here, for example, in legislation or other needs,
Benefits.
specific needs for the country, it's the beginning. After that, in my opinion,
Yeah.
we have conditions to grow up. It's the beginning, in my opinion. Now we have Primavera here, we have ACP here, but just sell or make consultancy projects. They don't develop nothing here.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit what happened in India can be replicated. A lot
Yeah,
of
for example,
education, a lot of focus on technology, so that further down the road, something like an Angolan can be or Angolan or a Mozambican or someone from Africa can be leading Google or other organizations like that. But I'm sure that you agree that we need to start by education and creating also an environment of a very high competitiveness, because and this is one of my main concerns, is that we don't have an enough competitive environment, because there's such a lack of resources these days that the market absorbs almost everything. We were talking about this the other day, that the best resources go work at the bank, or they go work for an international institution from Angola, and they don't want to be involved in the local content contributing for the local content. So this is a very hard obstacle. Yeah.
yeah, but it's happened because they don't have challenges here. If we have a really software factory here, probably these resources work here. They don't need go work to other companies in other markets if they have challenges here and if they have a good salaries here also. Okay, actually, in my opinion, we don't have, and we don't create conditions to these resources work here. I think it's the main goal now. It's have one or two or three software factories local to develop solutions here. Okay, if we invest in this industry, the industry grows. We have some samples in Portugal. Braga, it's a good sample. And
Lisbon,
the
Lisbon today. Sorry,
journey, what?
Lisbon today.
Sorry?
So yesterday I saw that Carlos Moedas, the president of the
Mhm.
municipality, he signed an agreement with Microsoft, so that they can bring their AI factory to
Mhm.
Lisbon, and to his startup builder, which I think is called Unicorn Builder, something like that. So
Mhm.
there's also this bet from the municipality. There's this vision that enhances also the this energy, so that they can bring something to this to the country.
Mhm. In Braga, for example, this journey begins in the university.
Hmm.
For example,
One of the best universities, I think, in Europe, in engineering.
yes, yes. Braga and Aveiro, it's a good samples,
Yeah.
and it's possible replicate these use cases here.
Hmm. Hmm. We need that kind of initiative
Yeah.
in Angola as well. Yeah, we are hoping that the ministry is also listening. The ministries, the government are also listening to us, and take decisions. I don't know. I don't know, guys. You so
Yeah, I
Vitor
don't
is
know. I think Sergio, I
Don't-
think we addressed everything.
Yeah.
Or Victor, do you have any last
further
questions
question.
for Sergio? Because I
No,
think
I think that
I
this
think
would be
touched
a
every
whole
major
episode.
subject.
No, I
Huh?
think for this episode we had very good insights. Yeah, and probably in the next one we talk entirely about developing a tech cluster in Angola. But yeah,
Yeah.
happy with the insights
We
from
will.
Sergio. Here, yeah. Thank you, Sergio.
Okay. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
this
thanks so much.
experience. I like a lot. Okay.
Yeah,
Sergio,
it was an
let
honor
me just
to
share.
have such a passionate person talking about technology in the financial sector. And it was once again, it was an honor. It was a pleasure, and hopefully we'll have you here more
More
times in
often.
the pod to talk more about more often. Hopefully, and thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sergio.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Sergio. Thank you. Yeah.
And we can stop the recording.